Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Sammy B 883, and today I'm out for a ride for a couple of reasons. One, just because it's a nice day, and when you live in Auckland you got to make the most of those. And two, I haven't put out a video with this new GoPro chin mount that I made in my last video, and pretty keen to see how it looks. Let me know what you guys think. Are you a fan of the chin mount angle or the side mount angle? Personally, I prefer this angle. But yeah, let me know what you think. Ooh, what's that? It's a big Harley. Oh, it's windy. But yeah, today I wanted to talk about sports bikes versus cruisers, and why I went for a cruiser instead of a sports bike. And obviously this subject just comes down to a lot of personal preference. So these are just my thoughts. You know, if you prefer sports bikes, then fair enough. I just thought I'd talk about why I went for a cruiser. So I guess like 90% of the reason that I went for a cruiser instead of a sports bike is honestly just the look of them. I'm just more of a fan of the kind of rugged look that cruisers have, as opposed to the more refined, polished look of a sports bike. I like the aggressive sort of look that cruisers have, and especially the 883. Like, I like how you can see the V-twin engine, and even just the profile of the bike looks awesome, I reckon, with the high gas tank and the low seat. And I mean, like, I'm not saying that I don't think there's good looking sports bikes out there either, because I mean, I can definitely appreciate some of the sports bikes, but I mean, just in general, I prefer the look of a cruiser. And I guess when you're looking for your first bike, if you're not really experienced with motorbikes and you don't know much about the mechanical or performance side of them, I would say that the looks is going to be pretty high up on your agenda. So what I did with the 883 was I just found a bike that I thought looked awesome. And then I did my research on it. I just hopped on YouTube, Google, and just did some research. You know, is it a good first bike? Are there any issues that people have with it? Does it maintain its value well? So yeah, after doing some research on it, pretty much all the reviews were really positive. Apart from the occasional, oh, it's a girl's bike. But I mean, that's just dumb. It's definitely not a girl's bike. You can say that about any bike. But yeah, so I did my research, found a bike that looked awesome, and I guess that was the first kind of reason why I went for a cruiser. And you know, like, looks aren't everything with a motorbike, but I feel like they do play a pretty big part in most people's decisions. I mean, you're not going to buy a bike that you think looks ugly just because it's fast. You guys popping wheelies. Definitely won't be popping any wheelies on the 883. Geez, that guy's going hard. The second reason that I went for a cruiser over a sports bike is almost like a personal safety net. I've owned the 883 for a while now, and the more comfortable I get on it, the more I kind of push it. And that doesn't mean I thrash it, but you know, when you get more comfortable on a bike, you know, you go a bit faster. And like, I guess with having an 883, the engine is, you know, powerful enough to have some fun on, but you know, not powerful enough to get yourself into like some real serious trouble. And I mean, obviously you can still, you know, crash just as easily on this bike. But what I mean is, like, pushing an 883 to its limits is not the same as pushing, you know, a leader sports bike to its limits. We're in the higher rev range on an 883, or you know, if you're going 100k on the motorway, you don't really have much power left in the bike. Whereas on, you know, a leader sports bike or an R6 or a 600 sports bike, sorry, all the power kind of comes from the top end, and that's just the way the engines are, you know, configured. But you know, you just have more power to play around with. And that is generalizing a little bit, because obviously there are some cruisers that are going to be faster than other sports bikes. But I just mean in general, sports bikes are designed to go faster than cruisers. And not only that, the way sports bikes are designed, from like the seating position to the looks, I feel like they just encourage you to want to go fast. So, you know, like the seating position is always so like leant over the gas tank. What is going on? Anyway, yeah, like the seating position, you're super leant over, get all aerodynamic on it. And even the look of the bike, you know, they're all sleek and just look like they want to go fast. And I feel like maybe, even if it's just subconsciously, it's a lot harder to cruise and chill on a sports bike than it is on like a big heavy cruiser. And to be honest, it's not really like a negative thing against sports bikes, because I'm sure there's lots of sports bike owners who are, you know, like sensible riders, who don't feel the need to go fast all the time. But I'm just saying, like, personally, I know myself, if I had a bike that was capable of, you know, going super fast, then I'd probably end up going super fast and crashing it or something stupid like that. And I guess the third reason, and this is kind of a minor reason, it's probably pretty insignificant, but just the insurance on a sports bike in general, again, is going to be probably a bit more than a cruiser. And that might not be true in all cases. It just depends on the bike. But in general, you know, a sports bike is going to go faster than a cruiser. So therefore, you would expect the insurance premiums to be a little bit more. When I was first looking for a motorbike, like, sports bikes weren't even on my radar. I had no interest in them. But the more I ride and the more I start to appreciate, you know, just all kinds of motorbikes, the more I appreciate sports bikes, I guess. And like, I've ridden a couple of my mates' sports bikes recently, a Kawasaki Ninja and a Suzuki something. I can't remember what it was. But man, they were like fun as hell to ride. And obviously I didn't, you know, go crazy on them because they weren't my bike. But the time I did spend on them was super fun. And it definitely made me see why some people would prefer to have, you know, a sports bike for the performance and the handling and all that, as opposed to like a big heavy ass cruiser. And to be honest, like, if I won lotto today, I would totally go out and buy a sports bike, and then I'd just own a cruiser and a sports bike. But obviously it's just not really feasible to own two motorbikes in a car. Well, at least not for me anyway. You always get some strange looks when you're out moto vlogging. Although I've started to see it a lot more frequently around Auckland. But I don't know if they're all moto vlogging, or if some of them just have a camera set up for crashes or near misses or something. But yeah, anyway, to kind of sum up my main points, just like an essay back in my school days. Well, actually, I'm at uni, so I'm still basically in my school days. But yeah, to sum up, the main reason I went for a cruiser over a sports bike. So one, the looks. And that might sound silly to some people. You know, some people might argue that reliability, performance, handling and all that is way more important than looks. It's probably smarter to choose the first bike based on those things, but I just wanted a badass looking bike. Not to mention one that is really easy to kind of make your own with mods. Like, there's a huge aftermarket for mods with the 883, which kind of made me want to get this even more. And secondly, just the fact that cruisers, I feel, are more designed for, you know, cruising. And I guess that's why they are called cruisers. And that's just more of what I'm into when it comes to riding. It's just taking it kind of slow and, you know, enjoying the trip. And like, I'm not saying that you can't do that on a sports bike. I just feel like sports bikes are more designed for, you know, better performance and going fast. Gotta go fast. And thirdly was the insurance thing, which, like I said, is just a minor thing that I thought of. I could be completely wrong. Let me know what you think about the insurance, if it would would be more, because I haven't owned a sports bike and I've never inquired about owning one, so yeah. There's the Sky Tower in Auckland City. And to give you a little bit of reason as to why I got the 883 instead of like a different Harley, like a 48 or a V-Rod or something, it's honestly just because I'm still new to riding, and I didn't want to get something that I can't handle. And as much as I would have loved to get a 48, one, they're expensive as hell. They're like another $5,000 on top of an 883. And two, you know, I just don't know if I'm ready to handle the 1200 engine yet. Still probably getting used to the 883. I mean, I'm sure this bike is capable of more than what I do with it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on cruisers versus sports bikes. Let me know what you think. Are you team cruiser or team sports bike, or just team motorbike? I guess at the end of the day, you know, they're all motorbikes. They're all cool. Anyway, just a quick side note. This is actually probably the 4th or 5th time. Oh, hello, little doggo. What you doing? Looks like my parents' dog. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Yeah, this is my 4th or 5th time trying to record this video. Man, I have been having all sorts of troubles with my audio lately. I'm really hoping when I get home and upload this audio file to my laptop, it won't be like clipping or corrupt or anything. I don't know why, I just all of a sudden started having heaps of problems with it. And it's really frustrating because, you know, I've recorded this video so many times, and I swear I lose a little bit of my soul every time I get home and the audio's not good. Yeah, motovlogging is a little bit more time consuming and stressful than you think it would be. At least for me anyway. Maybe I'm just retarded when it comes to the whole editing and all that, but I mean, it's time consuming, man. But yeah, so I've been getting really bad audio clipping, and you know, I didn't change anything in my setup. It just started all of a sudden. I mean, it's really windy now, so I won't be surprised if there is some clipping, but we'll see. But yeah, I made a couple of tweaks before I came out today, so hopefully they've helped. And one of the other frustrating things about all these problems I've been having, like I said, I've recorded this video so many times, and each time like something cool happens in the video, like I don't know, like I'll see like almost a crash, or someone will pull out in front of me, or you know, like an awesome modded out 883 pulls up next to me. Like all these cool things happen, but then I get home and the audio is all screwed up, and so I can't use it. And I bet, you know, like the one time that the audio is going to work, nothing interesting is going to happen. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to head home now. Cheers for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and consider conscribing. Consider conscribing. Yep, that's what you should do. Consider conscribing. Nah, if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing. That would be awesome. If you didn't enjoy it, my apologies. And I will catch you guys in the next video.